So in this tutorial, we'll discuss units and measurements. Okay, so we've been given questions here from your tutorial sheet. Okay, so you know that measurements are very important because they provide an objective way to understand, describe, and quantify matter, enabling accuracy and consistency. Okay, so we have the first question there, which is saying, determine the number of significant figures in each of the following values. Okay, so now we have to remind each other of some of the rules that govern the significant figures. Okay, so we know that all non-zero numbers, okay, so all non-zero numbers, zero numbers are significant figures. That's one thing that you need to take note of. Okay. Second thing is that if you have zeros in between non-zero numbers, zero numbers, those zeros are going to be significant figures. Okay. So for example, if you have 1001, so we have these two zeros which are in between non-zero numbers, which are 1 and 1. So we can say in this number we have four significant figures because these two zeros are significant. They are in between non-zero numbers. Okay, that's another thing that you need to know as well. Okay, so we have two types of zeros. We have what we call the trading zeros and the leading zeros. Okay, so trading zeros are zeros that are going to be found at the end of the number. Okay, so you will notice that if you have a trading zero in the number that do not have a decimal point, these zeros are not significant. Okay, so in this case, these trading zeros are not significant if the number is not having a decimal point. Okay, so in that case, these two zeros are not significant figures. So in that number, we have three significant figures, which are 1, 2, and 5. The two zeros are not significant figures. Okay, but if we have trading zeros that are coming after a decimal point, okay, so trading zeros after a decimal point, they are going to be significant. Okay, so after a decimal point, they are going to be significant. Okay, so for example, if you have 1.2500, so in this case, these zeros are after a decimal point, so they are significant. Okay, so in this number, you notice that you're going to have 5 significant figures. Okay, that's for trading zeros. Okay, so we're saying trading zeros, there's no decimal point, they are not significant. If there's a decimal point, if they are after a decimal point, they are going to be significant. Okay, that's what we have. Then the other types of zeros, so these were trading zeros. These are trading zeros, okay? The other types of zeros that we can have are what we call leading zeros, okay? So leading zeros. So leading zeros are zeros that are going to come before the number, okay? So leading zeros, you notice that they are not significant figures. Doesn't matter whether there's a decimal point or not. These leading zeros are not significant figures. For example, you can have 0.0024. So in this case, these zeros are not significant. In that number, we are going to have two significant figures. Okay, so these are some of the rules that usually govern our the number of significant figures. Okay, so let's answer our questions now. Let's start with the first one, part A. So we are having, in that number, we're having a zero in between non-zero numbers. So this zero is going to be significant. In that case, we have three significant figures. Okay, then if you look at the second one, we have trading zeros, which are coming after a decimal point there. You can see a decimal point there, right? So B it's like this, 3.00. So you can see a decimal point here. So these zeros are going to be significant figures. Okay, so in that case, in that value, we're going to have these two zeros are going to be significant. So we have three significant figures. Okay, the second one, we have a trading zero here. It's also after a decimal point. So significant. It's a significant figure. It's a significant figure as well. Okay, so we are going to have three significant figures in that number as well. Okay, then we have a leading zero here. Leading zero are not always significant figures, isn't it? So whether they come after a point or before a point, they are not significant. Okay, so in that case, that zero is not significant. We only have two significant figures in that number. Same with these are trading zeros. So in that case, we are going to have three significant figures in that number. Okay. Then if you look at our part F there, we have trading zeros here, which are not significant, and one leading zero. And if you look at that one leading zero, it's coming after a decimal point. So in that case, that is going to be significant. So we are going to have four significant figures in that number. Okay, so these these three zeros are not significant, but this last zero, which is after the a decimal, is going to be significant in that case. So we are going to have four significant figures. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then here we have non-zero numbers are not significant, are always significant figures, isn't it? So this is a point that we've taken note of. So non-zero numbers are all significant figures. So in that case, we are going to have four significant figures in that value. Okay. Then here we have one trading zero, which is coming after a decimal, so it's significant. So we're going to have five significant figure in that number. Okay. Then we're having this zero here, which is in between non-zero numbers. So a zero in between non-zero numbers is going to be significant. So we have four significant figures in that number. Okay. Then we have the last one. We're having a trading zero, which is not significant. Then we have a zero in between numbers, which is going to be significant. Then we have trading zeros. Okay, so this is a leading zero, the one we are saying it's not a significant figure. Okay, then we have this zero, which is in between non-zero numbers. So that one is going to be a significant figure. And then we have these trading zeros that are coming after a decimal point here. So these are also significant. Okay, so in that case, we are going to have five significant figures in that number. Okay, so that's what we have. That was question number 1. For the rest of the toy sheet questions, so this is the toy sheet that we are solving. So let me just project it, and I show you how you can access the full video solution for that toy sheet. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So I think I need to do this. Okay. Yeah. So this is our toy sheet 1. Okay. So you can see that there are more questions there. They are up to question 5. Okay, so you can access all the full video solution for this toy sheet on our website. Okay, so you just open your browser. Let me just open my browser there. Okay, so you open your browser. Okay, yeah. So you open your browser, then you type Discrete Learning Institute. If you are using an Android phone, you can download our app on Play Store. You just search Discrete Learning Institute. Then you download, you install the app, then you create an account from there. But if you don't have an Android phone, you can go on the browser, you type Discrete Learning Institute. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So when you type discretelearninginstitute.com, you search. So you're going to notice that yeah. So when you search, you are supposed to have, if you are having an account, you're supposed to have something like this. Something like this should appear. Okay. Then if you enrolled to our courses, you should be able to access folders on our website. Okay. So for example, if I am enrolled in chemistry, if I'm registered in chemistry there, I can open my chemistry folder. Okay, then you see these folders. So you go to the one written general chemistry. Okay, so once you open the one written general chemistry, there are these folders, yes, for topic lessons. So if you open topic lessons, you're going to find that all the topics that have been done, there are recorded videos for those topics. For starting from the introduction to chemistry, you have units and measurements, you have videos, recorded videos. For example, unit and measurements there. I can open, then you find recorded videos on units and measurements, even accuracy and precision and all those topics. You're going to find the recorded videos on the on the website. Okay. Then if let's say if you want okay, so you can go back to another folder. So that was for topic lessons. If you want to understand the topic in detail, so you go in the folder written topic lesson. Okay. There are also other folders. So they are for summarized notes. Then for tutorial sheets, for example, if you want to access the full video solution for that tutorial sheet you are from solving, so you go in that folder written tutorial sheets and assessment. Okay. So you open that folder. You're going to notice that there will be different universities here. You choose your university. For example, I choose UNLAS there. Okay. Then it will take me to other folders. Okay, so there will be first semester and second semester. So if you're in first semester, you can pick first semester there. Okay, then you open, then you're going to notice that there are also other folders for the previous intakes. Okay, so you have January 2025, July 2025. There are also videos that you, if you want to watch those story sheet for 2025, July and January intake, also 2024, you can go in those folders and you watch the videos for those story sheet. But for this intake, you go in the folder written 2026 January intake. Okay, so you open that folder, you notice that you are going to have the tool sheet that you have. So you have tool sheet 1, tool sheet 2, tool sheet 3, and tool sheet 4 there. So this was tool sheet 1 on units and measurements. I can open that folder. You'll find the full video solutions starting from question 1, the one we've solved, up to question number 5. The full video solutions the full video solution is there. So even for the other two sheets on stereochemistry and chemical kinetics, chemical molecular theory, you're going to find it. Then the atomic structure as well, you're going to find it, the full video solutions there. Okay. Then if that is if you want the full video solutions, okay, so if you want okay, so let me just take you back. So if you want the past papers, so for example, if you want the coded past papers or quizzes, you can go in that folder written the coded past papers, quizzes and tests. So you open there. Okay, so let me just wait for it to load. Okay. Okay. So let me just wait for it to load. Yeah, so you choose the university as well. So you can choose UNLAS there. Then you choose the semester. You can go to first semester there. Then okay, so you choose the video solutions. If you want the video solutions, go in the folder written video solution. Okay, so there are also years. Okay, so for example, we had two intakes for 2025. So both intakes, the video solutions are there. So you can open, you will find the recording, the video recordings for the past papers for September and November intake, January intake for the past papers for 2025. So you can check all those videos. You should be able to use them to prepare for your test or for your mid-semester exam. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video.